Hi, Bill.
Oh, wait a minute.
Do you have a cup? Oh, cheers.
Clank.
Clank. That's our coffee cups that have water in them. That's okay.
I need the coffee. We are so excited to be with you guys today. I won't tell you who we have just yet, but we have some amazing ladies on here going to tell us all about the project organization that they have and the ways that they are impacting our community.
Heck yeah. In our 4th annual Do Some Good publication. So hang out. We'll be right back. All right, Mandy.
Hey, have you ever had something happen to you on a personal level?
Yes.
That was so impactful that you felt the need to share it with others and create a community of people who have gone through something that you have gone through?
Kinda.
Yes, you have.
Yeah.
Yes, you have. So you know what I mean. Without giving away too many details on that, we're going to find out a little bit more about Door to Serenity. We have on Laurie and Lisa with Door to Serenity today. And so I am so excited to find out the story behind it and all of the good they are doing in our community.
Ready to bring them on?
Yes.
Let's do it. Hey, ladies.
Hello.
Hey, everybody.
Absolutely.
Nice
Good morning.
We've got 2v2. I like this.
Yeah.
Two on each side. This is great.
I love it.
Well, I will let you ladies go ahead and kind of give us your names and tell us a little bit about your roles, and then we'll kind of dive into Door to Serenity.
My name is Lisa, and I'm the executive director of and the dreamer of Door to Serenity, a sober living home for LGBTQ plus here in Mobile, but it's also sober resources.
Okay.
And yeah. So
I love it.
And I am Lisa's wife, Laurie, and I'm the secretary of the board of Door to Serenity. Lisa does all the heavy lifting, and I get to be supportive. And I'm director of career development at Roberts Brothers, so that is my day job. And and Lisa does all the hard stuff, and I just get to be supportive and do what she needs me to do with it.
You know, it takes a team to make anything happen. So it's incredible that you guys are able to work together on this. So Door to Serenity, it's such a beautiful name, and it says so much about what the mission is. I'll kind of let Brooks give his question that he likes to ask.
I just like to say, hey, we meet on the street. I'm like, hey, ladies, nice to meet you. And you say that you have the Door to Serenity. And I say, awesome. What is that? Like, what would be the kind of the pitch, or like, what would you tell me about Door to Serenity?
The abbreviated version is we have 2 homes, one for men and one for women. And they're home-like environments to get sober in. So after you go through detox and you go through treatment, you need a little help afterwards to navigate your life back in order. And this is a safe place that you can do that regardless of identity, sexual preference. Whereas you might not fit in the box at other places, you're welcome. Mm-hmm. Our door wants to be open when others are closed.
I love it. And, you know, I think one of the huge parts about recovery is whenever you are surrounded by people like you and you're able to go through something together around people like you. So I think it's incredible. It's amazing. And so, Lisa, I know that I believe, if you are okay to share, I believe that your own personal struggle led to this. If you don't mind sharing that story with us, that would be amazing.
Absolutely. My name is Lisa, and I am a person in long-term recovery. And so, which means I haven't put a substance in my body since 12/21/2010.
And 12/21. So you are right there. We're hitting 12 years. Okay.
Yeah. And my life has become so much bigger and better than I've ever dreamed. And I thought that other people need to have that experience also. So in my 6 years of recovery, or I was 4 years, I'm sorry, 4 years into my recovery, my mom passes away, which is a blow. But then 30 days later, my sister called me and said, I have a drug addiction. I want to get sober like you. And I said, okay, Jenny, we'll put you in a place tomorrow and everything will be taken care of. Everything will be fine. And instead of her going tomorrow, the police called me that she had OD'd. And I was devastated. It was a 1, 2, 3 blow. First my mom and then my sister. And I went to therapy 3 times a week. I never used, and the people surrounded me really lifted me up. But my sponsor was very smart, and she said, you're not a Kennedy. You're not a Onassis. You can't go to therapy 3 times a week and lay in bed. Get somewhere and take a meeting and help other women. And when I did, I found out that everybody wasn't welcome there. You know, if you were a lesbian, you were asked to leave or things like that. And I thought, well, my dream is to have a sober living place that no matter what your sexual preference or what your background, that you'll be able to have a safe home-like environment. And that's what we've created. And even I'm 56 years young. And like even older people who come to Door to Serenity have this motherly, family-like environment.
I love it. And it, addiction and recovery, it knows no class, social, economic status. It does not know gender or age. So I think it's important that you guys are doing what you're doing because it affects everyone, no matter what stage they're at in their life or what their preferences are. Okay, so I know that you said you had a facility for men and you have a facility for women. If someone is out in the community and they've gone through the detox and they've gone through the recovery program and they're currently sober, can they just knock on your door?
Well, we have an application process. You could go to our website, www.doortoserenity.org, client contract, and there's 2 applications. You could do one that's preliminary, giving me basic information to my email. And then another one is a paper contract that's 9 pages long because I need to know that you're serious and that you're going to follow the rules.
Right.
We go to meetings every day. We communal live and we share in the cooking experience. We share in the shopping, we share in the chores. And some people it really is a full-time commitment if you're going to be in recovery. And we look at all aspects, not only going to meetings, but healthcare. Somebody who has been in addiction all of a sudden wakes up out of addiction and they've got a sprained ankle that wasn't healed properly, or they have teeth that are sore. And so we partner with other agencies in the community like Healthcare for the Homeless. I cannot tell you how beautiful these people are, and they work diligently to help people without insurance.
Oh, I love that.
Yeah. So we try to get them medical help. We try to get them clothes. A lot of people come from the hospital with only the bag of clothes in their hands. And the way we do that is we partnership with Goodwill. If you donate to Goodwill 1 bag of clothes under Door to Serenity's name, under the Good Samaritan, we get a $5 voucher.
Okay.
So cool.
A closet for our place, but it's impossible because there's 24 different sizes. Everybody's a different flavor. So so Goodwill, if you donate to them, we get $5 voucher for every bag. So then if somebody's a size 2 or somebody's a size 24, we'd be able to just let them go shopping there. So that's how we can help clothe people. And then we partner with, there's Khan University that'll help get people their GED. It's a free.
What is it called?
Khan, KHAM.
Okay. Yes, I have heard of that. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
And you could get online and you could re-up your skills. Like, what is something that you haven't done in a long time? Oh, I need to use Word. I need to get my GED. And that university will help you. So we have computers out there that we help them get resumes. We help them get jobs, trying to do the holistic approach of how are you going to take care of your recovery?
Yeah. I think that to me, when in my viewpoint of it. I've never experienced, that struggle, but my viewpoint on it seems like when someone comes out of an addiction, it's almost like they're like reborn and homeless, and
Absolutely.
they kind of have to put their whole life back together. You've burned bridges with friends and employers and family, and you sometimes, you only have you to depend on. And so I think that it's just incredible that you're offering a resource and a shelter over their head to be able to do that. So give me an example of maybe what a day in the life might be like for someone who is living in a sober living residential facility.
The men's house today, the manager went to work. He drove one of the clients to work. Another client walked to work. And right now, if you go to the men's house, it's empty because everybody's working.
Good.
Which is a good thing. That's the ultimate goal. And at the women's house this morning, we have a girl with a toothache, and she's running a little bit behind. We have one girl that went to work for a airplane builder locally here. She's got this great job. Within a month, 2 months of being there, she went and built airplanes this morning. And then another girl works for a shipbuilding in Mississippi, and she took all the clients to the 11 o'clock meeting, and they'll be back at 12. They'll have lunch. And I'm hoping for meeting the air conditioning guy so that it gets repaired. Yeah.
Important in Mobile.
We will have dinner. Yes. And tonight we'll have dinner together, and then we'll go to a meeting together. So tonight is baseboards, and this afternoon is living room cleaning, baseboards, dust on the ceiling. For the people who aren't working or who are there.
Right.
Yes.
Right. They're doing things to be a part
Very
and
much so.
Gotcha. And so how do meals work? Do you guys all prepare meals together? Do you depend on local organizations to provide meals? How does that work?
Both. So some individuals are eligible for food stamps, and they apply for food stamps. A lot of people, what we do is To Serenity supplies a cupboard filled with food, so that there's always cereal there. There's always lunch meat there. When you open the refrigerator, it is full, and so is the cupboard. One thing when I found that when I was designing this is there's two problems with sober living homes is lack of food and people stealing each other's food and then swapping medicines. So I wanted to be different. I wanted to make sure that our cupboards were full. And then we cook together and have family meals. We have 2 meals that are meetings that all the houses join together. And sometimes outside resources come and cook for us, or old alumni, people who have graduated the program, come back and cook for us. Actually, his mom cooks for us and does a great job because she's a cook.
Yes.
So we get these big fancy meals. It's it's a treat when somebody does that,
I love it. Nothing like a mama cooked meal.
Right.
Yes. So it's a little bit of everything. You can't say this week To Serenity is going to do all the cooking. It all depends on who works and who's available.
Right.
And Wednesday we had leftovers. We combined all the leftovers and brought it to one house, and we had like this big buffet that was really wonderful,
like a unique Thanksgiving.
Yes. A little bit of everything.
I think that's fantastic. And I know that
one of the cool things with meals and stuff too is if you are part of the group that cooks, then you don't clean up. Then everybody else that sat and ate and whatever helps clean up. And so it's really shared responsibilities, and not only does that kind of unify everybody, but it gives everybody a sense of purpose and a sense of responsibility. Everybody feels needed, so it's really cool.
That is so important. I think that's important in everyday life, even when people are not trying to put their life together minute by minute. But you guys are giving them a place where they they are, yeah, they feel needed and they have responsibility. I know that, in some situations, you go through a program or you go through a detox, you go through a program, and then, maybe you go back home and maybe you go back into a situation where everything's being done for you again. So y'all are teaching life skills. And I had a question, and is there a minimum age that you guys serve, and a maximum age, or how does that work?
The minimum age is, the state of Alabama says that you're an adult at the age of 19 and above. So
Okay.
I cannot serve youth. I would love to
Gotcha.
at some time,
Yeah.
but right now I'm not able with insurance and some things like that. And we do have the bridge that serves children, but that's in Birmingham, I believe.
Okay.
Yeah, but I'm not
Okay.
able to serve children. So ours is an adult program, 19 and above. And I've had women as old as, the oldest woman I had was 72.
Wow.
Yeah. And it's just amazing. Like, addiction can happen at any age and at any
Yeah.
time. And like you said, with any background.
Oh,
And
yeah.
some people lose their children and they have the empty nest and they get lost, or they get lost because they're alone.
Yeah.
There's this great TED talk about addiction and Rat Park. And years ago in the 50s, they did the rat with the cocaine. And the
Yes.
rat was in the cage and he would drink the cocaine until he died. Well, this new scientist made Rat Park. And the park had everything. It was like a Disney World for rats. It had slides, and it had homes, and it had bells and whistles, and it had family. And it had plenty of food, and it had plenty of water, and it had plenty of love. And when they put the cocaine bottle, nobody took the cocaine in Rat Park. And so the
Stop
new
it.
scientists believe that addiction, the cure, isn't the absence of the drug, it's the presence of connection with the
Absolutely.
community, and that's what we try to do. Isn't that beautiful? Check out the
That
TED
is
Talk.
pretty beautiful.
That's
Yeah.
That's
really
cool. I'm a fan of TED Talks. Yeah, I'm actually gonna make a
Write that
note.
down. Yeah, no, that's incredible. It says so much.
It does. And there's so much stigma around addiction. This crazed person sitting in a corner that's going to hurt somebody. And that's not what addiction looks like. I am the face of addiction. I'm the face of recovery,
Right.
and it happens to everybody. And we need not to be scared about it. We need to talk about it, that it is a mental illness and that we can get cured. It's a social service problem, not a criminal problem.
Right.
And I think that we're starting just to see that we're taking sick people and putting them behind bars when all they need is healing. Building prisons. Could you imagine if we built social services to help people and reach out?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It'd be amazing. And I know, I mean, I have heard that even whenever you are behind bars, you still have access to things and you can still continue your addiction. It's a huge issue. It is a huge issue. And so the women
Yeah.
and men that you guys have come through your program, or come through your home, is there a time frame? Is it, hey, come stay with us for a week, a month? What does that look like?
I like a minimum of 3 months, but what I like is, for me, I have to look at the person as an individual and have them tell me what their recovery needs. There was a young mother who needed only 3 months. She wanted to go back to her child. She just needed to have her roots just a little bit planted. And there's another gentleman who had 2 homes in Mobile, one downtown, one midtown. And he came to me for 6 months just to get his roots planted until he went back to his homes and he went back to his life, and then I had another one for 9 months. Yeah. So it's really the individual person.
Right. Right. It depends on what they need and the resources that they had beforehand and what they need now. Can I ask a really idiotic question? And so And if I feel like if I have the question that our listeners and our viewers may have this question too, and this touches on with the first sentences that came out of your mouth.
She's asking for me. I asked her beforehand. It's on my behalf. Go ahead.
We do that all the time.
Yes.
Okay.
Go ahead.
Okay. LGBTQ plus. What communities exactly are you talking about? And that is to educate myself, and that is to educate our listeners too, because I have not heard the term plus before. So
Okay.
enlighten me, please.
Okay. LGBTQ, we all know what they mean.
Yes.
And then there's a new one called I, and then there's a new one called A. And then I don't ever want to leave anything out. So I say plus. That means heterosexuals. That means if something new comes along, remember, I'm 56.
Yeah.
So the young kids in their 20s, if they have a new term identifying with, I don't want them to feel left out. And my heterosexuals, ooh, I love them.
So the plus is like a you thing. That's something that you're branding.
Okay.
Plus, you're saying plus. I'm covering it all with this.
Covering it all.
Okay.
Yeah.
All
Come
right.
however you are, whatever you like, you are welcome.
Thanks for asking that question for me.
Was it
Yeah,
your
that's a
question?
good
Yes.
question.
Thank you for asking for me.
Yeah.
That's
No,
a
it's so
great
important.
question. And one thing I want to add to that too is what we have said from the beginning is you don't have to fit in a particular box. Like you don't have to be LGBTQ to come to us. However, you do have to be respectful of the people that you are living with. And if you can't live in peace with somebody that is lesbian or gay or trans or whatever, that's cool. We're not the place for you.
Exactly.
You know?
There are other
So,
places.
yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. I think that's amazing. And like we said earlier, just surrounding yourself with others who off the bat accept you for who you are, who are going through the same exact things that sometimes I feel like recovery or not, that fills your heart with joy, and that makes you feel accepted and wanted and needed. So I love it. This is incredible. So tell me a little bit about so the men and women, how many men and how many women can you have in the homes at one time?
I have, for the men's house is 7, and for the women's house is 6.
Okay.
And so there's a national standard, the National Association of Recovery Standards. Is kind of like something that I follow. Nobody governs me. I want to be the best house I can be. So the national standards say 6 to a bathroom. My standard is only 4 to a bathroom.
I like it. Yeah.
Yeah, because I want to be better than the standards. And I want people to have space and respect and autonomy, you know. I love that my living room and my kitchen houses the 7 people at the house, or the 6 people, even more, because at one time we had a meeting at each house and there was 15 people at the meeting, 25 people at the meeting, and we all could congregate and have a meeting and feel comfortable together. And that's huge, because outside people come for meetings and we have community there. Yeah,
that's incredible. So we all know the number one thing that keeps any organization going is funding. And so I know you guys have a couple of events, I believe, coming up. No, I mean, maybe not dates exactly yet, but tell us a little bit about some of the things you guys have planned for this year in ways to let the world know you exist. One, that's what we want to do. And then, okay, you exist. We love it. How can we help fund you? So yeah, tell us about what you have going on.
May 21st for Earth Day. We're going to be at Cooper Riverside Park, and we're going to have a sobriety day at the park.
Okay.
Yeah, I just got off I'm emailing the city, and we're going to sign the contract any minute now. And we're going to have a local performer there.
Yep.
Okay.
And, Yo Jonesy and the Crown Jewels Band is going to be performing. They'll do a couple of sets, and we'll have vendors. People can come set up, in a vendor space, sell their stuff, bring awareness to their causes as well. We're going to talk to some food trucks in the area, have some nice food trucks out there. And we just want to be like a really nice day at the park on the water, just to enjoy some good music and enjoy being alive and enjoy being in recovery, so yeah, that's a really exciting one that we have coming up. I'm real excited about that.
Yep.
That sounds awesome.
Yeah. And then usually we have a drag queen brunch at Bee
Okay.
Bob's, and that's usually
Okay.
in June, and it's really fun. And everybody says, why do you have a fundraiser if you're sober at a bar? Well, because people go there and they support us. They're not in addiction, and they're just the community supporting us. And it's a wonderful thing that Bee Bob's allows us to do once a year. And then, yeah, and then you could go online at www.doortoserenity.org, and there's a donate page, and you could do, what is that? PayPal or Venmo or Cash App.
Cool. All the things, huh?
All the things.
That's smart. That's smart. Yeah.
Yeah, all the things that the accountant does.
Yes.
Exactly.
Yeah.
That's incredible. Okay, wonderful.
Yeah.
I didn't
And
know
we
the
have a lot of
brunch was your event.
Pardon?
I've heard of this brunch. I've heard it's a great event. I didn't know it was your event, but I've heard of the event. So that's cool.
Well, there are several drag queen brunches. Ours is what did we call it? We called it a drag queen
Cabaret.
social, and we called it Open Door Cabaret first year, and then we did a drag queen social. So there's several.
Well, I've only heard of yours. I've only heard of yours.
That's what I'm
Yeah,
saying.
exactly.
It's the only
are
one that
blank.
matters.
They
That's
are a
right.
blast. If you've never been to one, you should go, because it's so much fun. And
It is.
the
Gotcha.
performers are so talented; it'll blow your mind. It'll blow your
Okay,
mind.
so
Yeah.
I have heard that. I would love
Yeah.
a date. I would love a date. You should
All
take
right.
me.
There you go.
Yeah. Okay. And another thing too, you've had comments about, oh, well, why would you have a fundraiser at a bar? It is important to remind everyone that whenever you are struggling with addiction or you have a family or friend, they have to learn how to live life. You
Yes.
can't run from alcohol ads coming at you all day long, and so has this addiction that you're acquainted with. You can't run from that. You got to learn how to live among it. So I think that's a great way for you guys to kind of tie it together. Like this,
And
some
we
people
do
can
that.
do this. Yeah.
Yeah.
We do that as a house. We'll go bowling together at an event together, and other people are drinking, and it's okay. Art Walk is one that we all go together. We enjoy Art Walk, and we go get pizza, and we'll have dinner together. The best pizza.
Joe Can Cafe
Has the best pizza.
Right.
Nice.
Yes.
I agree with you. We've had it. Mardi Gras 3 years ago now.
And we even went to my son works at Los,
Floriditas.
which is in the bank building.
Yeah.
And
Super cool place.
right. Well, we went into the vault, and we all sat around and we all had dinner. And it is a speakeasy. And we could drink water, and we could have soda, and we could have fun. We are not a glum lot. Like, we know how to have fun.
Yeah.
It's so important. It's so important.
Did you
I love
know
it.
the password though? I guess you did know the password
Well,
to
my
get
son
in.
works
Special
there.
Don't
so
tell them we have a special one.
You got you had the in. You had the
Yes.
in. Yeah, nice.
I'm Ray's mom.
Yes. I love it.
That's the best password. Yeah. Password is I'm your mother. Yeah.
Yeah.
Let me in or die.
Yes. Yes.
That is fantastic. Well, you know what? You guys, it has been such a fantastic time to talk to you guys and to open the doors a little bit, literally, on Door to Serenity, and find out all that you guys are doing and what you have to offer those in our community who need a place like you have. And to wrap up, Brooks has a special question that he likes to ask, and so I'll let him.
Yeah, I
Take us
just
from
I
here.
just want to ask, is there anything that we did not ask you that you wished we did? Something that you could highlight that maybe didn't come up, but you've got it on your mind, but it didn't come up in the conversation, but you wish we had asked you. Like now would be the time. If anything comes to your mind. If it doesn't, that's cool.
Yeah.
No pressure.
That's a great question.
I don't know.
I
After we hang up, I'll be like, oh, I should have said this. I should have said this. I should have said that.
Or you can
think-
always ping us later if nothing comes to mind right now.
Exactly. And I think it's just real important to share the contact information again, that our website is www.doortoserenity.org. And there is the client contract there. There's information about us. There's Lisa's number is there, so you can reach out to her. And I just, I will go on record again as saying that, like, my wife really and truly does all the heavy lifting in this. I mean, she is, and she's bumping me with her leg saying stop, but but she does. I mean, it is, I don't think I've ever seen somebody that has a heart for hurting people quite like hers. And she leads with love, and it's not an easy task. I'm also in long-term recovery. I've been sober 6 months less than her. So we always, yes. But yeah, she really is an amazing woman, and I'm really proud to be her wife and to be by her side in the midst of all of this. So it's a blessing.
I would love
It's
to change
beautiful.
people's attitude and minds about what somebody who has the disease of addiction looks like. You know, that those
Yeah.
dark eyes and that gaunt look can disappear, and light could go back into their face, and love could go back into their heart, and that addiction is possible. And I'm living proof, you know, and people around me are living proof. And you know, life happens, and sobriety happens, and recovery happens, and life becomes really good again. So
There's
yeah,
always hope. Always hope.
always hope.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
It's fantastic. I love it.
Well, that was good information. Thanks for sharing that. And I was going to ask, finally, how can people connect with you? You've given the website, but give it one more time for us, if you don't mind. doortoserenity.org. Was that correct?
Yes.
Door to
Okay.
And my phone number is 251-610-3389. Please call me and reach out. And if I can't help you, there's other places that I could give you different resources. Alta Point just opened up a crisis center. They're amazing people. If you're in crisis, you could go there. The police are now directing people with substance use disorder to the crisis center instead of jail, so that we could get them help instead of putting them in jail. I mean, there's a lot of different resources that are available. So just
Love
please
it.
call
Yeah.
me. Yeah.
Yes, you were
Thank you for that.
so right about that. Yeah, for sure.
Well, ladies, thank you so much for what you do and for taking your time to connect with us today. We really appreciate y'all.
And we
y'all
also
chatting with
too,
us.
we want to give a huge shout out to Kevin Loper with Roberts Brothers.
Kevin Loper, yes.
I know. She is amazing. She is one of the most incredible. Brooks and I have real estate background as well. She has stood the test of time. Kevin
Yes.
Loper knows her stuff. So if you need anything with real estate, give Kevin Loper a shout. But she's amazing. We want to thank her for also coming in and helping you guys be part of this project. Keep doing good. Y'all are amazing.
Thank you.
All right,
Thank you.
ladies, take care.
All right.
Talk
Have a
soon.
great day. Bye.
That was so good.
That was so good.
That was a good conversation. I had my thumb up behind you. You couldn't see it. No, it was good to bring up. Let's make sure we thank the sponsor that sponsored this organization.
Yeah.
And you did it. So I didn't have to remember that. Yeah, that was great conversation. Those ladies are awesome. You can tell they have big hearts and what they're doing. So
they're doing amazing things, and it's something that our community needs so bad. And they're serving a segment of people who need one another, which is beautiful. And so I'm just so excited we get to spend time with them this morning.
For sure. Me too.
Yeah.
Any final words to wrap up, or shall we see the folks on the next Do Some Good episode?
We'll see them next time. Yeah.
All right. See you on the next one.